Hey there, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon, and today we are talking about this eclipse that's happening in Capricorn on July 16th, which is Tuesday. It's happening at 5:38 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I want to encourage you to figure out what it is that you want to do in the area of finances, of self-esteem, self-worth, self-value, because that is the house that this is happening with for you. It's happening, something major is going to have to change or shift. Something's going to need to be released in these arenas sometime between the next 6 and 18 months in order to allow for new growth and new opportunity to come in. And so I wanted to kind of hop into your chakras and see what's going on for you. And okay then. So we have self-esteem and we have sexuality. We have self-esteem and we have sexuality. And the self-esteem says confidence, self-love, self-worth, and pride. Perfect. That's exactly where we are in your... So this is the area to work on, and openness and sharing, honor and beauty. The card is a little too pornographic so I'm going to cover it. For my taste, for my video channel, I don't want to cause any disruptions. YouTube's got some strict standards they're really enforcing, so we're just going to kind of tuck that away a little bit more. All right, so let's see what we have going on here. I'm going to give these a really good shuffle because I missed a card going in. So I'm going to take this opportunity to let you know that I am transitioning. I'm so excited to be moving back to Florida, where I have a lot of friends and opportunities to have fun and beach. Just want to mention, and beach. And so I am going to be recording ahead of time the videos for the weeklies. They're going to be actually done in a bi-weekly format for the next 6 weeks. And I'm going to try to also record some additional content so I can put something up every week so that we can stay in contact. And then if I can, while I'm transitioning, I will, of course, do more videos because I really enjoy them and I like being in contact. But then when I get settled about mid-September, you can expect to be back to seeing me a couple times a week. This also will give me time to work on my website, which I really want to do. Okay. And your overall energy, oh, this is interesting. Your overall energy is maybe you are not seeing yourself the way the rest of the world is seeing you. Since we're talking about self-value, self-esteem, self-worth, could it be that you think everybody else looks really great and they have it so much more together than you do? That would be only in your imagination. Because the only thing that's really real is what we create for ourselves. And so if you think of yourself in a self-confident manner, then you reflect that, because there's a mirror here, your inner will reflect outward. So working for the next 6 to 18 months on your sense of self-esteem is going to be paramount to feeling very successful and having, it's the best way for you to use the energy of this eclipse energy. So using this to set your intentions of doing daily affirmations where you write, I am amazing. I am successful. I am financially secure. I am loving the life that's filled with so much family and friends. Whatever it is that you want, but write it in the I am statement and utilize those a couple of times a day to read those. And I think that you will find that you start moving things forward. So I have not been reading these in the reversals, but I am going to point out that both of these they feel like this is correct. And so I might have to leave this. So we have up in the air. Up in the air means currently in your heart there's a decision you're trying to make and you still haven't decided. And the reason you haven't quite decided is you haven't figured out how to break through and to clear all the obstacles out of your way. When it's in the reverse, that means that you're still a little stymied, you're still a little stuck. And I believe that actually with this up in the air, The reason it is because you haven't quite figured out yet how to manage whatever the obstacle is. And I think the obstacle has to do with your sense of self-esteem. So in the recent past, you have a journey, and we have the garden. Okay, so this little dude's got a slingshot, and he is shooting forward, which is great. So you are, the garden is about childhood. So a dream that you've held for a long time, and maybe it's time to, I don't know, be Sagittarius-like and aim your arrow. It is expansion with Jupiter rules your sign and is in your sign for the next 6 months. And so go ahead and shoot it out there. Give yourself the opportunity to begin this journey. So this is in the recent past. So I think you're like, no, I'm shooting forward. I'm moving forward. I'm going to expand in this area. I'm just trying to figure out the strategy. So yes, we have strategy on your mind. That's why you're still up in the air. That's why there's still obstacles that you're trying to figure out to work your way around to make you feel really confident. And in the future, we have the paths. But here's the thing. This one was also in the reverse when I just flipped it over. And this one in the reverse means you figured it out. And so I kind of really think that's probably accurate based on what I'm seeing here. And so I feel like the paths unknown, I think you figure out which way to go. I think you take a risk and you move forward. But I'm going to turn her this way because I want you facing forward. So you might be at a bit of a crossroads trying to figure it out, but I think you get there. I think you figure it out. All right, so in the recent past, the loving elementals, which is a lot to me like this garden card. It is getting in touch with the things from your childhood that you love, with the energies of small children, with the energies of nature, exploring your world and being grounded. And so I think that your heart was really into this decision making that you're making and moving forward. We have the Akashic records, and that means that you are going to, it's a soul journey. That's, it's your heart. This is a journey you're taking. You are moving towards your life purpose. Getting in touch with your Akashic records means it's deep soul work and an opportunity to get in contact with spirit. Really start spending a little time in meditation. This child is sitting on the ground, really in contact, but kind of in that meditation pose. So spend some time talking to spirit, going for walks in nature and seeing what information downloads to you. What are you noticing? What are you feeling? Following this unknown path toward your soul purpose. It's really beautiful. In the recent past, you have Archangel Gabriel and the War of the Roses, which means that there was some sort of family conflict that was really creating some issues, some uncomfortable dynamics. This does not mean necessarily there's too many people there for me to think that this is necessarily just an intimate partnership, but more like family dynamics that were just in general kind of jacked up. And Archangel Gabriel is about communication and clarity and information and knowledge. And I believe that you were seeking the information and the knowledge you could to take this War of the Roses and to turn it into the reverse so that it's manageable. And even though it's in the past, and really I don't like to mess with the past, I'm doing that anyways because I like the way the energy feels better. And it's all about me. And so in the current situation, we have winged messengers. This is information from spirit coming in. This could be physical information by way of email, Twitter. Guess it could be a phone call. Feels written, especially with Gabriel here. Some kind of written thing coming in. And the reception of the Queen of Roses, where she's not like the Queen of Cups. So she's able to receive. She's very intuitive. So using your intuition to figure out this is what, and to get some information. So I feel like you're seeking information and using, so it's from spirit and in the physical world, plus your intuition to help you come up with your strategy to overcome these obstacles. This is going to require a lot of effort on your part. This all feels doable, but it feels like multiple steps and kind of complicated to it. I don't want to lose sight of the fact this could be with your self-esteem in general, because we have the self-esteem card here, but we also have the sexuality card, and so it could be that you need to overcome like personal, the way you look at yourself in the mirror. So take some action steps. Create a strategy. Maybe you need to get information about what kind of health care you need, self-care, eating, diet. That looks like that could be a part of this. But mostly this looks like the big family conflict has something to do with things from the past that need to be resolved and straightened out so that you can get to your soul purpose. There's a commitment coming in. This could be the soul contract with yourself. It could be that your soul purpose involves you having to write something down. It could be marriage. And this card came too, the reflection. And so this is really important that you understand that whatever you put out into the universe is what you are going to be getting back. And so by putting out higher vibrational energies, you're going to attract in higher vibrational energy situations. So speak kindly about yourself, first and foremost. Believe in yourself, trust in yourself. Because when you do that, then you exude the self-confidence that draws in and attracts in the relationships, the situations, the finances, the higher vibrational energies. So raising your vibration, doing a little self-reflecting, but make sure that you are aware that whatever you are putting out there is going to be reflected back to you. So it's looking a little deep into, why do I feel this way about myself? How did I get here? Was there family conflict in my childhood that's made me feel insecure about myself? How can I fix this? And then understanding how important it is that how you present yourself to yourself is going to be reflected out to the world. You teach people how to treat you. So when you treat yourself with dignity and respect, when you do things that are good for you, when you are putting yourself first, when you are watching your finances, when you are participating in life in a way that is healthy and beneficial to you, that is the kind of stuff that you bring into you. And oh my gosh, you have the Phoenix rising. Take flight. You have the Phoenix rising. Sorry, you can hear the dog. I'm dog sitting. You might be able to hear him snoring. It's adorable. Okay, so you're rising. Like this conflict from the War of the Roses, you're rising. You're rising. Don't let anybody hold you back. Don't let anybody slow you down. You're here, just as everyone is, to do their soul work. And so don't let somebody else's, the energy clearing that somebody else still needs to do for themselves, don't let that hold you back from doing your job, at taking care of yourself, doing your journey work, and you have tracked down your fears and desires. So understanding where you came from, that would be causing the fears, and where is it you want to go, and how can you change all this? What can you do to transmute this energy? How can you look at things a little differently? That up in the air also tells me that you can get a higher perspective to see how to overcome the conflict, the difficulties. And so we have clouds, which is signs and visions, which reminds me a lot of her, of the Queen of Roses, looking for the signs and the visions, but also up in the clouds. So up in the clouds, the signs and visions, if you get up higher and you look at things from a different perspective, you can see the way forward. Sort of like when you're looking at Google Maps on the computer and they show you, the street view. Well, the street view doesn't tell you where you got to go. You have to pull back. You got to pull back so you can see all the different surrounding roads, so that on this path unknown, you can figure out which route it is that you want to take. You can map it out. And so right now, I would really recommend trying to map out where it is that you want to go, what is holding you back, and creating a list of things to work on. We have sadness. In the heart space, we have sadness. this situation here really did a number on you and has kind of really harmed your ability to look at yourself and see yourself as the beautiful child of God that you are. And getting back to this, getting back to remembering when you were just a small child and everything was beautiful and everybody thought you were perfect, and just remember that that is still how Spirit views you from above. And so the sadness is difficult energy. The sadness of this loss, or this, I feel like it's more like a loss of your innocence, a loss of a dream or something that you held that was really important to you. I feel like somebody kind of crushed it. I feel like somebody, like the way you saw them was not how they saw you, and they harmed you and damaged you. And they hurt your sense of self-esteem and your sense of self-empowerment and your sexuality. And this looks really tough. And if you need professional help, there is no shame in getting that. If you need to talk to somebody, then you should be doing that. You know what? Spirit can only do so much. I can only do so much. You have to make some steps to move to healing and health. I mean, if it's financial, you can go and meet with a financial planner, and they can help you to figure that out. But if it's your sense of self-esteem and self-worth, you need to, I really want to say go find a group of people that believe in you. And if people don't believe in you, step away from them. Align yourself with people who are supportive. Okay, so that War of the Roses here, I want to do this, but I can't. It is definitely, this was a battle. There is a battle, a big, huge battle. We have the storm fields. I want to know where we're going with the storm field thing. Oh, okay. We have rescue. Notice that there's a hot air balloon in this. Somebody's coming in. See, it's going to work out. It's just really difficult. And you are being protected. You are the protected treasure. I feel like Spirit is protecting you and guiding you, and you need to protect your values. You need to protect who you know you are at the core. You need to stand up for yourself. You need to rescue yourself. Like, yes, there's people out there and there's opportunities, but in the end, really, it's when we rescue ourselves that we really understand our own self-empowerment and our own ability to manifest the world that we want. And so that commitment, I feel like, should be a commitment to you. To not take other people's crap, to not let other people tell you who you are, what you're worth. That is for you to tell other people. You decide who you are, you decide what your value is, and you tell it to other people. And if they're like, oh, I don't know if that's true or not, just remember you are the phoenix that is rising from the ashes. And yes, it is true. And yes, you are who you say you are. So if you are speaking negatively about yourself, then that is who you are. If you are lifting yourself up, if you are saying positive things about yourself, if you are empowering yourself, then you are empowered. Your words have so much power. They are the atmosphere in which you live. Stand up for yourself, believe in yourself. And Spirit is recommending to get into the flow with Spirit. That's a magic carpet. No, yes, it's a magic carpet of sorts. Looks like a magic carpet. Anyways, it says everything is smooth sailing. This storm field, you can rise above it. The phoenix is rising. You have all the get up higher and get a better view. But I think it all starts with you talking about you in a way that is positive, and you sitting down and writing out, I am worth everything, and believing it. I am an abundant creature. I am a manifester of miracles. I am in control of my life. I am amazing. Whatever the self-esteem issue is that you're worried about, if it's in career, if it's in personal, but this sadness thing makes me feel like this is very personal. And the childhood stuff makes me feel like this is deep, deep in the past crap coming up because Mercury is in retrograde on top of everything else. Like all of these planets are in retrograde. Neptune and Uranus. No, Uranus is... I think it's in retrograde again. I think everybody's in retrograde just about. Not Venus and not Mars, but I think everybody else pretty much turned around and went, oh, we're going to go backwards for a while. And so we're doing a lot of digging around in our past and working through issues and trying to figure them out. And when it comes down to your self-value, self-esteem, self-worth, you have to do that work. Nobody can do that for you. And so believe in yourself. And if you don't, then fake it till you make it. You start writing the I am statements, and then they will become true. There was a point in my life where I was desperate on almost every level. I was emotionally, financially, mentally, physically bankrupt. There was like, I had nothing really. And that's not even an exaggeration, a little bit. And I was so tapped out. I was on the floor in my bathroom sobbing for, I don't even know how long. And then I thought, oh my God, my kids can hear me. What is this doing to them? So I got up, I dried my tears, I walked into my office, and I grabbed a stack of index cards, and I started writing I am affirmations. I don't even know where that came from, except spirit, because I don't believe I'd ever heard about that. That was, we're talking like 2002. There wasn't commonplace knowledge. I started writing affirmations, and it took several years, but there were 34 statements, and after about maybe 7 years, they were all true statements. I faked it till I made it. I said I was confident. I said I was capable. I said I was financially secure. I said a lot of things that I made happen because I believed it, because I decided I deserved it. And you can do the same. So what I have here is some Archangel guidance cards. I wanted to get everybody, I'm hopeful that you're in contact with your spirit guides. You have them, your special angels, your the souls that agreed to work with you and guide you, and the guides from other planets, and just there's so many out there. But I thought that with the 6 to 18 months coming up, that it would be good if you didn't know who to ask for help, that I would see if there was an archangel in particular that would step forward to help you. I want to say, make sure you are talking to Saint Michael, the archangel, to ask him to help you cut the cords of negative energy, and Saint Raphael, who's also an archangel, to help you to heal. And then we have Archangel Gabriel that's already shown up in your reading, who's here to help you with clarity and communication. And yes, Archangel Michael showed up. Of course he did. Archangel Michael is very special to me and has protected me in so many ways. And so I'm excited because this energy that I'm feeling here feels very familiar, and I'm excited that Archangel Michael wants to help you. It says, he who is like God. Archangel Michael is the angel of protection, guidance, and strength. Helps with protection, direction, self-esteem, motivation, courage, commitment. Self-esteem and commitment both showed up in your reading, right? Faith, energy, vitality, life purpose also showed up, and releasing fear. It's a brilliant blue color. Any kind of blue will bring in Saint Michael, really, and also the Marys, and they will, if you need nurturing, that's a good place to start. It says, I evoke the blue light of Archangel Michael to surround me and protect me from any negative energy or entities, seen or unseen. I ask that I be a channel of divine love and healing to everyone I cross paths with. I ask for courage, strength, and faith, so that I may walk this earth with an open heart and an open mind. Thank you for the true and perfect guidance that surrounds me each and every moment. And so it is. And so it is. Write those affirmations. Even if you don't do anything else this week for this full moon, do that. Write down, grab some index cards. I put them in the bathroom because I go there several times a day. So I read them several times a day. But whatever works for you, at least a couple times a day, take the time to go through the deck. Write as many as you want. You have the infinite abundance of the universe at your disposal. So be generous with yourself, because the universe wants to be generous with you too. All right? All right, you take care, and we'll talk soon.